Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with a rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Chain, 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, Haskins. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Niners 7, Seahawks nothing.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Wilson. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. From the gun, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. These two rivals played 2 of the better games in the NFL a season ago. You remember Week 17, it was Dre Greenlaw stopping Jacob Hollister at the 1 to preserve a 26-21 49er win. And that wound up both winning them the NFC West and earning them the #1 seed. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
1st down, Seattle.
Here's Carson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Carson.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Down.
And a the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Mostert. He'll have a first down past the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. This is Mostert. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Mitch Wishnowsky in punt formation for the 49ers.
Wishnowsky on to punt as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again, Wilson. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Operating from the gun, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle. Now Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. Gets through and now an opening.
Wilson.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Wilson.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Wilson on the keeper. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
A successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
At the 31-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 yards, first down Niners. Here's Haskins to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Mostert. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
36-yard line.
Now Haskins to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson now on 3rd down. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Lining up for the point after.
So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
I got you, boy. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. So. 54. Mike 54. All day. All day.
From the gun, it's Haskins. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be downed inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
Well, not a gain that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he is out up around the 15-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
2nd down.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
Wilson's pass.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Seattle.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach.
And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. 2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. They'll try the left side. Anderson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal. Play action. Haskins. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Raheem Mostert there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They go play action now. Haskins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
The kick by goal is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now down to 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, Haskins. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here we go. Here we go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Again looking for Samuel, this time the catch made. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. On 1st down, it's Haskins. This one into the hands of Hurd.
Haskins.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Off the play fake, here's Haskins. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Haskins going to throw again. Flush to his right. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And Gold is able to put it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down from the gun, it's Wilson. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The 45-yard line.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Has caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Oh, he'll look downfield, and this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 39 yards there, a big one.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle there to make the grab. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On 3rd down, it's Carson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
11 on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Let's pick it up.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. From the shotgun, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They go play action with Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because it lingers a little bit longer.